Hi, Pisces. Welcome to your season A, and welcome to your first half of March general reading. These readings are general, so take what resonates, leave the rest. Be sure to like, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. Um, in the description box below, I'll be including information about the decks I used in this reading, as well as how to book a one-on-one session with me, as well as information or a link to my new tarot class in case, you're an aspiring reader and like to learn more about tarot. So I started off by pulling 3 oracle cards. And what we have here is we have Perseverance. And it says, I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. We have the Judgment card, which is, I understand that everyone has their own unique paths and challenges. And Indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of life. So what I'm picking up here is that there may be some type of judgment or condition that is keeping you from making a decision, that's keeping you from getting clear about something. And as soon as you release that judgment, you'll be able to then choose. Because there's something here in terms of judgment and perhaps not feeling like something is a viable option, not feeling like you have the skills or qualities in order to make something happen. You've perhaps put a lot of hard work and effort into something and maybe being a little bit harsh to yourself, or perhaps you're in a situation or a space where you don't feel like you're getting the recognition that you need. There may be some lack of type of validation, not being seen for what you have to offer. And so, but not really sure how to break through, I guess is the best way to say that. So let's pull a couple more oracle cards and gain a little bit more clarity. But whatever it is, it's you want security. You want a place where you can really be present and not have to worry about all of these other extraneous things that don't matter. So you can get down to the work that's right in front of you, right? Here with Perseverance, we have good fortune. I love that. And it's just like you adorn yourself with a certain amount of wisdom, knowledge. There is respect in this area for you. People do see you as someone that always knows the right thing to say, has the answer to things, is a good advisor, right? Here we have meditate with Judgment. So really needing to clear the mental space, just a clean slate moment of some sort. Really taking time to recognize and catch those judgments when they appear and see if they have any basis in reality, or if perhaps you're just acting in a way that is defensive, maybe feeling feeling antsy, needing to move in a new direction, needing to make something happen, and therefore you're starting to create tension in the situation in order to create a path instead of allowing a path to unfold. And with Indecision, we have Shift. But like I said, once you release those judgments or anything that's going on that feels judgmental, feels conditional, feels like it lies outside of the truth of the situation, and it's creating some type of interference when it comes to the frequency of clarity and inner knowing and self-assuredness, you're going to see that shift. You're going to kind of come to the completion of something and be able to make a choice, or choices will begin to open up for you. You'll have more options, but it's up to you to do that work first, right? All right, so let's hop into some tarot and we'll see what we've got here. The Ten of Swords. What did I say about endings? There we go, endings, and having to meet them with grace, right? Again, that theme of releasing judgment, all of these swords. And what you're doing is you're probably picking up a lot of other people's nervous and anxious energy, because we have been in a period of where a lot of us feel like we're in a standstill. A lot of us have been having difficult times, right? Or there may be some type of situation recently where you just have kind of had to let go and just to let things happen, right? It was kind of maybe something that's a little bit out of your hands, and that created some of these judgments that have sprang up in other spaces. Here we have the Three of Swords. So it's like perhaps there's some emotions that need to be kind of processed in order for you to release these judgments, recognizing the origin of these emotions, where they stemmed from, what created them, what was the trigger for them, in order to then allow time for processing. Here we have the Knight of Wands, which is telling me it's not quite time to take action. There's still information that's left for you that you still need to receive. So do your best to remain in a stable place and just work out what you can when you can. Because what's interesting is I'm kind of looking at these trees and the wand that he's carrying. And at first I thought I only saw 5, but I'm actually seeing 6. It's like your victory is on the horizon. Don't do anything to sabotage that, because if you make any changes now, it may require you to take a few steps back later, which could then reset or re-trigger some of those judgments and emotions that you were feeling at the top of this reading, right? Here we have the Nine of Swords. So releasing that anxiety, allowing yourself instead to focus, moving from that anxiety and moving forward into a place of like positivity, of acceptance, of knowing that the way is being carved out for you. So engaging in more affirming thought patterns, being careful of what you speak out into the world and your communication with others. There could also be a situation where you're dealing with someone who has a lot of doubts, and instead of judging them, it is necessary for you to show up in a different way, act in a different way, instead of trying to consistently move forward with them holding this type of energy within themselves. Yet at the same time, it's time for you to create space and be more humble in this space around them, whoever is feeling this type of resentment or doubt of some sort. But things are going to move, and it's not your job to really kind of take the reins on this one. If I had to kind of clarify that in terms of another party. Here we have the Knight of Cups. And so it's like a message of love, like of commitment that's kind of coming in for you. Something that allows you to stand tall and feel supported in your talents and your gifts. The Hanged Man. So something that isn't necessarily moving you into a new space, but is moving you into a new perspective. Something that really, I am so sorry about that. Sometimes my computer cuts off. But with this Hanged Man, something that allows you a new perspective. Perhaps you've had a lot of resentment in terms of where you are now, in any sense of the word. And so you're going to enter a space of more appreciation for where you are, because you are beginning to see things open up, to see the path ahead, and to appreciate the foundations that you have created for yourself at this time. Really being able to ground your thoughts and to see the beauty in everything that has already come into form. And then we have this Two of Pentacles here. And the thing is like whatever, once you could really set your priorities in appreciation and not the constant need to be productive or make certain progress in some type of space, or perhaps to always be called upon in a very specific way by others, like having some type of call to action, you're going to feel some type of relief. It's I also feel like something generational here as well. Perhaps needing to compassionately detach from some type of situation that has created a lot of self-doubt and judgment within you. It also could be like some type of lineage, ancestral thing as well, maybe having to do with someone in your family. But I feel like no matter what, it's like you just want to make people proud, and you want to be proud of yourself, right? But there's kind of like a shadow aspect to this pride, and it could be linked to kind of what you came out of or what you came from, whether it's someone that's around you now or someone within your own ancestry. And so it's like you're kind of healing this in some way. Let me clarify by pulling some more cards. Here we have the Empress reversed. And whatever this energy is, it's put you in a space where you really didn't have the ability to, or felt like it wasn't an option for you to create things in a way that felt authentic, in a way that was very easy or easygoing for you. It always seemed kind of like a battle. And it was due to this energy, kind of, I don't want to say this energy was really interfering with your ability to make certain things happen, and even to believe in yourself to some degree. It was almost like you were kind of underneath the rocks instead of sitting on top of them and getting a good view. And so it's like a lot of depressive energy, a lot of heavy energy, but not really having the strength to break through it. And this could also just represent that person in general, but that same energy was affecting you in some way. And so it's very important to continue to really clear yourself. I'm also thinking of like rose quartz. So if you have a rose quartz or something, that might be something to connect with if you're someone who enjoys working with crystals. But that's all about really like self-love, self-appreciation, bringing a softness in a hardened state, a state where you might have been closed off, a state where perhaps your boundaries ended up creating a less than loving experience even for yourself and those around you. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles reversed. So it was something that you felt like probably was going to go on forever, but there's something about if you continued on with this or carrying this energy or supporting it in some way, it would kind of ruin what's lined up for you, right? It would create some type of ending of sorts, but be able to sustain their energy. So it's almost like a sacrifice of some sort. It's kind of like it's like a you or them. It's either like this new energy or this old energy, and it's kind of being at this crossroads or need to choose, being really on guard, and something about needing to be somewhat guarded or alert. And then we have the Emperor. Interesting. Okay. So there's something here about having to develop some type of strategy. I really love how this Emperor has a very strong gaze, and he actually happens to be looking at this Empress in the reverse. And it could be someone that feels very entitled to things, someone that doesn't necessarily put in the effort to make things happen, and this Emperor is watching them and is somewhat upset, but also trying to figure out the right way to approach this person. And it feels like it needs to be in a more playful way, as opposed to like a more of a stern force, a stern paternal type of energy. It seems like this person's trying to figure out, okay, what is the next move? How do I approach this person? I cannot punish them for showing up in this way, but it's necessary for me to sacrifice a little bit, well, because I don't want to sacrifice what I've worked on and what I've built for myself. And if I am to be kind of in this situation with them, it might end up becoming a prison for myself as well, having to sit and engage with this energy in some way, or at least being around it. Yeah, I don't know, this is a very interesting energy. And it's like this Emperor is like holding on to a lot of opportunities and not really wanting to have to share them, right? Not wanting to have to sacrifice a little bit of what's theirs in order to create an opportunity for this person to break out of this energy, because it doesn't feel like it was earned. It wouldn't be an empowering experience for that other person, and may create some type of backlash or disturbance in this Emperor's prosperity and their earnings, what they've created. Here we have this Three of Wands reversed. And so what I'm getting here is that there's something about needing to keep moving, almost at some type of checkpoint. Maybe there's some type of evaluation that may be taking place here. And I'm thinking something about teams, something about competition, teams. Maybe you're entering some type of competition or something like that. And it could have to do with, let's see. I want to get some more clarity first before I say anything else. It's King of Swords. So someone is unclear on how to show up. I think someone is going to be taken out, like competition will be taken out, or there will be or maybe there is some type of competition that is going on. Maybe someone is watching something that's happening, and it is important for you to stay in your lane, keep focusing on what you're doing, and not create any more judgment in the situation. The situation's already being judged. There's already energy being kind of directed into it by some type of outside force. I feel like someone in some way may be like a silent referee that seeks to transform something. They're seeing a downturn in energy, and as long as you are keep maintaining your boundaries and remaining separate from whatever this energy is, you will come out as the victor. You'll be chosen in some way, and it's almost like this King of Swords, it's offering this sword to the Emperor, who only has this wand, this staff right now. And it could be something that helps refine this wand, that could help refine or elevate some type of passion that you have, or some type of moves that you're desiring to make, but it's feeling really rough, it's feeling unestablished. This person may have the tools to help you establish yourself in some form or fashion. Also allowing you clarity in terms of where you stand, and clarity in perhaps a choice that'll be offered to you, a choice that you are willing to make, or a direction that you have chosen to go. So, all right, let's see. I'm going to pull some other cards here. Here we have the Star card. So there's hope on the horizon. I don't think, since there's no really, there's no tower moment indicated here for you, because it feels like that energy is in this reading, but it's not something you're going to be witness to. I think whatever that tower moment is, it's going to happen behind closed doors, not really with you present or aware. Instead, you're just going to receive that message, that hope, that star coming in. So continue to dream, continue to make those wishes, and continue to believe in yourself. There's something about here, like building community, making sure that you're being a team player, because again, that essence of team coming in. We have this Nine of Swords in reversed again. So again, that Nine of Swords energy, it's like release those anxieties, turn them around, reverse your thinking, cancel out anything that you might be picking up that's perhaps being transmitted from this other person, this other energy that's coming up in the reading, whether it's something that's within you or it's within someone else that's around you, or part of your family, part of your bloodline, right? And then we have the Five of Pentacles reversed. So it's like finding your place. You're not out in the cold anymore. You're not having to battle the elements. It seems like there's some type of house or sanctuary being built for you, and that's something related to this choice, this offer that you may have on the horizon. And then we have the King of Pentacles. I love it. I love it. And the King of Pentacles is someone who is a wise investor. There's someone that they really know how to protect what's theirs without seeming too guarded. They know the right time to take action, and they know when to hold. When to hold them, know when to fold them type of situation. And you may have wanted to fold for quite some time, or this person is in the process of folding. And as long as you hold whatever it is, you're going to come out on top. Because then underneath we have the Empress upright, because you're exhibiting those positive qualities of creation and nurturing and supportive energy, that you're able to maintain the peace in what seems like a chaotic or uncertain situation, and be able to lovingly put the work forth to receive. You're able to pay attention to what people's needs are, and not just try to trudge forward without addressing some of the core issues, because you have you have values, you have a strategy, you have a focus, you see what's going on, and you're deliberate in it. You wait on it, right? And things take time. You understand the necessity of time and divine timing and pace and patience, right? You understand that it's, because talking about that refinement with that wand, it's like you recognize that everything is always in progress. Nothing is ever done. And there may be someone who just feels like they're done. They're done. Nothing's, maybe they feel super behind on something. Maybe they feel like they just can't get caught up. And you represent that anchor of like, no, we're just here. And sometimes things complete and things take shape in, as they do. It's kind of like the rock in the river, right? It's rough, but it gets smooth over time, slowly being chipped away by the motion of the water. Is something, that stream of consciousness, right? And the more that you can tap into that stream of consciousness, the more that you can chip away at the things that you've been holding, at the blocks, that the obstacles that come forth and actualize in your reality, in your path, that are really just opportunities for you to keep chipping away, to open up to yourself, open up to your abilities, to your strengths, to your divine power, your divine nature. So that is what I have for you, Pisces. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in a couple weeks. Bye.